When William M. Street retired as president of Brown-Forman Corporation in 2003, Brown-Forman chairman Owsley Brown II had this to say about his longtime colleague. Bill Street is a paragon of leadership for corporate America. He has conducted himself with the utmost integrity as he constantly strived to meet the needs of our company's constituents, our shareholders, our management team, our partners, the communities where we work, and of course, our employees. Bill Street began earning that glowing assessment nearly 50 years ago when he became the second member of his family to work for Brown-Forman, following his father, who had worked in their legal department.
Frankly, didn't want to work in the same area as my father, but he was mostly in finance, administration, and legal side of the business, so I was much more interested in sales and marketing, and so went into the selling side and eventually over to the marketing promotion side.
Rising through the ranks of sales and marketing to executive management, Bill became a vice president of the company in 1977 and developed a reputation as a man who achieved excellence through a rare combination of contemplation and decisiveness.
I'd say he was, the ultimate operator. I mean, somebody who didn't just act instinctively. He was really thoughtful and gave due consideration to a topic, but then when it was time to go, he could mobilize and execute.
In 1986, Bill assumed the presidency of Brown-Forman Beverage Company and was named its chief executive officer in 1993. And in speaking of his rise to the top, he's always given as much credit to the company as he does himself.
Well, the company has a wonderful culture. The family wants to see the company do well. They want to see it grow, but they want to see it grow in the right way. And so I think they're very cautious about the types of people who work there. And I always found, I've always said that one of the great things about Brown-Forman is that there wasn't a person there that was working that I wouldn't want to go out and spend an evening with them and enjoy their company.
In many ways, much of Bill's success was his ability not to dominate a process, but to find ways in which to complement the roles of others to make the whole much greater than the sum of its parts.
It was Owsley, I remember, who had this real interest in wanting to, from a visionary standpoint, internationalize Brown-Forman, yet it was Bill who knew how to operationalize it and make it work. I always found that pairing so wonderful. I felt in that particular instance, Bill had a very steady hand on the amount of investment we made and the resourcing and the timing and the types of organizations we put in place and the sort of support we gave to them.
Owsley and I had a wonderful partnership. He had a wonderful imagination, good creative mind, always looking for different ways of doing things and improving upon things. And I was lucky enough to be there to work alongside him, and then when we finally settled on some way to go about something, Owsley pretty much let me go out and get it done.
But Bill Street's impact has reached far beyond the boundaries of Brown-Forman. He's also made invaluable contributions to the community at large through his involvement with such institutions as the United Way, the Filson Historical Society, and Louisville Collegiate School.
He has this uncanny ability to offer perspective in lots of different silos. I mean, we're talking about education here, which is, probably the opposite end of the spectrum to where he spent his professional life. But he is such a strategic thinker, and he goes through such a scrupulous process of weighing the pros and cons of things that it applies beautifully to our realm as well as the realm that he operated in at Brown-Forman.
Now finally retired as well from Brown-Forman's board of directors, Bill is finally free to fully explore the joys of family, friends, and personal interest. But his community involvement continues, and his influence will always be felt as long as those he touched along the way continue to embody his ideals.
There's so many people that worked here during Bill's tenure that are still here, having myself included, who are having a very large influence on the direction and performance and strategy of Brown-Forman. And so, I mean, not only did he influence it while he was here, through the people he has here and the type of culture Brown-Forman has today are directly attributable to the work he did.
You can't turn around in this community without seeing his imprint on organizations left and right, charitable giving and leadership and board work. He's really left quite an indelible mark on our community.
Why do some business executives rise to the top while others fail? There are no easy answers, but ask Bill Street and he'll tell you the one thing he credits with making all the difference.
Over the years, I learned to have a very healthy respect for people. And I came to realize that you can have the greatest product in the world, you can have the greatest processes in the world, but if you don't have the greatest people putting it all together and making it happen, it's just not going to come to fulfillment.